Good afternoon. I'm Lieutenant Elmer Horn with Douglas County Sheriff's Office, and we're here in one of our communities, and Sheriff Pounds is here with us. And Sheriff Pounds is very involved in his communities, and he come out. We brought out our grill and our smoker so we can come out and help cook for this community. And Sheriff Pounds himself has come out and helped cook with us, and he's here to cook and help these folks today.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the programs that I call taking my community back. If you don't get out there and get involved in your community, you ain't gonna be able to get it back. And the sad part about it, we losing our young men at such a pace that it's unreal. We got to come up with something that will help us with these children. Got to. So this is what I'm doing. I love it. I'm out here in the sun. It's hot, but like I said earlier, we're gonna do these until we get that gap between law enforcement and the community bridge. We're gonna bridge that gap because we're gonna get out of here, we're gonna shake hands, we're gonna find out if they got any kind of problem we can assist them with, and invite them to the sheriff's office and come to the roll call. Just come see what's going on at the office. Thank y'all so much for being here.
Thank you, Sheriff Pounds. And like I said, this is just one of many events that we bring this grill out to help with our communities and get involved. I'm here today at one of our community outreach days with our sound truck. And our sound truck is used for just what you see. We come out to community days, we play loud music, and be able to just have a good time with it and enjoy our community. At a sheriff's office, you get to see us in a little different light. We're not always out there writing tickets or locking people up. We come out to your community day and be a part of your day and help you celebrate your community. And this is just one of the ways that we can do that, was with our sound truck. We're here today in one of our communities. We brought our ice cream truck out. A lot of people like to laugh when I say the sheriff's office owns an ice cream truck, but this is exactly what it's for, is we bring it out to our communities. We give away ice cream. We don't charge for the ice cream. The ice cream is free. And we have partners in our businesses in our community that help pay for the ice cream so that we can give it away for free. And we give it away. We go to schools. This is just one of many events that we bring our ice cream truck to. We go to the school systems. We come out to community days, block parties. We just come out and see you and help you enjoy and celebrate your community. Thank you.
You are tuned in to Talk Show Kings on TV 1061.
Man, what they gonna do with this black on black crime, man? I'm sick of this. Thank you for watching another edition of Talk Show Kings on TV 1061. We'll be seeing you soon.
And greetings, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Talk Show Kings. Today, we got some great topics for you guys today, but before we get started, I want to just say thanks to the great city of Douglasville for allowing us in their city, and to the viewers for allowing us in you guys' home, and to our producer, Felix Washington, for making this all possible. Before we get started, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm King Darwin, and to my left,
I am King Ron, and to my left,
greetings, I am King Jason.
And together we are
Talk Show Kings.
All right, guys. Thanks. So let's dive on in. Today we got some good hot chatter of the week that we're going to talk about, and we got also two awesome topics. So first, let's dive in and talk about some of the hot chatter of the week. You know, I think a lot of people have been seeing and hearing about the Luigi murder, So what do you guys feel about what's going on with that Luigi case? Kings?
Well, I know currently they are still investigating the murder, and I've seen a few news reports where the lawyers have been discussing where they currently are, how the treatment, how Luigi's being treated, where his case could lead off to. And I even heard recently where there's been situations they don't even know if it's a state case or a federal case. And as
Oh, okay. Well, definitely. Somebody's calling in. Let's see who's calling. Hit that speaker. Thanks for calling in. It's the Talk Show Kings. Who do we have the pleasure of speaking with? Okay. Okay.
Well, that's
all right.
Cooper.
I was thinking it was kind of early to be calling. I'm saying,
Yeah, we just
I know
started.
we've been missing for a few weeks, guys. But I mean, somebody seemed like urgent to talk to us this morning.
Yeah, especially about
This
the
evening.
Luigi case.
Yeah, especially about the Luigi's case, right?
Somebody had some insight. Yeah.
Yeah. With me doing my research on the Luigi case, I just feel like they really haven't given us any good reasoning or why this guy just, felt he needed to kill the CEO of the healthcare thing. But you were also saying something about the Gen Z. What do you think about the Luigi murder first?
Well, first of
LaRon.
I appreciate that. First and foremost, I was very much in shock initially. I heard the news from my roommate, and he told me the story. Then I went and did some research on it, and I was surprised that there was video that was just
Yes.
publicly seen. I actually didn't watch the video myself, but the idea that it could be essentially like an assassination out in public like that, I'll be honest, I was in shock. I was initially in shock. But as far as doing the research on the Gen Z ideas, that it was, I guess you could say, okay in their minds. I was also a little bit surprised by that as well, just because, my opinion, I don't think any murder is okay. But the fact that I know Gen Zs, they have different ideals, and I think a lot of what they were saying is that all CEOs are bad. And so...
and it's been a lot of CEOs stepping down from these major corporations lately,
Correct.
too. Now, what's going on? I think it's something going on with that, too, guys. I mean, like, you hear, like, a lot of these CEOs stepping down, and now this one, I guess, decided not to step down, and now he was really assassinated, if you ask me. What do you think, King Jason?
I was talking with some colleagues about similar stuff about that, and my biggest pointer is, now that a lot of CEOs are freaking out for what happened, I don't think it's going to really stop them from doing what they're doing on the business side and collecting their bonuses and all of that stuff. But if they want to be smart enough, do something similar to what big time Elon Musk does. He hired his own private back, security team, and they follow him wherever he goes. You could afford it. You get paid millions of dollars. So if you're scared, hire you some security. Make sure they go wherever you go.
Yeah, I think that is an option. But if you're working for these major corporations, should it be the corporation's job to get you security, or
No.
do you think that should be something
Corporate's
personal?
not going. That's going to be personal, because I tell you, corporate's not going to put that in their budget.
Not at all.
They're
Not at all.
Not at all.
Yeah, I think that'll be a little bit of expense that they're not willing to cover right now.
No.
But at the same time, with Gen Z's perspective of this, saying that it's kind of like justifiable or
Justifiable, yeah.
something like
They
that.
call it-
Like,
it was
what's up with that?
acceptable.
What's up with that? I mean,
Yeah.
how could they say or feel like it's justified to kill anybody, right?
I have the same question. I mean, because what they call it, they said it was acceptable from the poll results. They had, I don't know what poll it was, but from what it was saying, it's saying it's acceptable because I guess in their mindset, well, you cheat us out of our money anyway. We pay you all this money, and you deny our medical procedure, or you deny our ER visit, saying it's not legitimate or it's not covered, and then I'm over here sick and I'm dying. And there's even been studies where they even said that insurance companies deny so many claims that there are more patient deaths than compared to executive deaths.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I
Now
mean,
that's
that's-
flipping. That's flipping the
Yeah, I
flipping
mean,
it
it's-
around a little.
It's a shame. I mean, I'm not saying
But
like
to
I
still
support.
say, yeah.
I'm not saying like I support the murder. The murder was wrong either way it goes. But when it comes to a comparison, when someone needs medical help, if you deny it, why am I investing in your service if you're going to deny it?
Yeah,
This is
especially
my
if it's a
life.
life or death
Yeah, it's
issue,
correct.
and this person actually died because you guys denied them the service. So I think maybe could be something that maybe going in on his side, on his part. Maybe he had a loved one or something that may had the coverage, and maybe I'm just speculating. This is just
It's
speculation,
a great
guys.
one. I
You
thought
know, but
the
I'm
same
just
thing.
like,
Me too.
you know, like, but the thing was with me, they had all the video of this guy all the way up until the point he actually shot the guy. And then after he shot the guy, he just disappeared. Like they couldn't find nothing else, no more videos of him
In the park.
leaving, moving, nowhere. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That was kind of strange to me. I'm like, what are you talking? You got all this
Yeah.
video following this guy all the way to the point where he actually assassinates the guy, and then he disappears and nobody sees him and nobody knows where he went for what they didn't find him until another week later or so.
I think, yeah, several days.
Yeah,
On a
so-
bus.
Yeah, in Pennsylvania, eating at McDonald's. Somebody, you know, seen him eating, and he had a mask on too to
He
make it
did.
so crazy. They identified him
He
with,
did.
you know, the surgical mask on, like, you know, like the COVID thing,
Mm-hmm.
and identified him through the mask, and it was him. Is that something or what?
Yeah,
guys?
I think that's absolutely crazy. I think it is. One thing I wanted to note as well, I think that not just Gen Z, but I think our population in general don't realize that CEOs, they do have power, but they also have a board of directors that they have to report to. And they also have stakeholders that a lot of times have more power than them. Now, of course, the CEO is the highest position of, you know, with the corporation, but the blame can't just be put all on the CEO, and that's just my honest opinion. But that still, I can't say any murder is acceptable in that nature at all.
That's true. Go ahead.
If you think about it, you know, he has a great point. CEOs has a lot of responsibilities, and CEOs, their biggest concern is making sure that the board of directors are satisfied, and also that whatever the shareholders has invested, that they also get their, you know, their piece of pie as well. So they have to cut corners and make, you know, major budget cuts just to meet that quota. And that's another thing. Like once they meet the quota, that's where they get those big time bonuses from, you know. But what they're not thinking about, in my opinion, when you make these major budget cuts, you are putting millions of lives at risk because you are not covering this medical procedure anymore, you know. And I was thinking too last week, I said, okay, look, me as one person, if I had a $15,000 medical procedure that need to be done, okay, $15,000 may sound a lot to me, but to them it's not. But what makes sense to me is like, okay, well, you times that $15,000 by 100 people. That's what, close over to $2 million, if that could be wrong, you know. So that $2 million,
Yeah.
and $2 million, that's what it's gonna matter to that corporate company. Like, okay, look, we're gonna have to cut this kind of procedure. This is too expensive. This just took out $2 million out of our pocket. That could have went to the shareholders. It could have went to me. You know.
Yeah, they do got a lot of responsibility and a lot of things to weigh when it's coming to these procedures and surgeries and operations people have to take and go through. But yeah. So I don't know. My overall opinion of it, I just think that it's sad that, you know, people still are out here assassinating people, like just killing people. Like, I mean, what's going on? What's your overall opinion about the Luigi thing, King Laurent?
Overall, I think it's very sad, of course, and condolences to the family of the CEO. But overall, I don't know what this is going to do for the future. You mentioned that CEOs being afraid and doing security and things of that nature, but I'll say that like I'm very prayerful that this event, of course, doesn't start a myriad of other similar type situations, but that we also do have to look at this from a security aspect to where like things like this just shouldn't happen.
Yeah, absolutely. What about you, King Jason? What's your
I may sound like the bad person, but I believe and feel it's going to get worse over time. And the reason I believe that is because people are tired. We're not making enough money to fully take care of ourselves, and our elected officials are not really caring for us as they supposed to. They don't really support us as they supposed to. They more satisfying the corporate industry now, and even corporate world is not really caring much about us. They're wasting our time trying to deny us on all other kind of stuff instead of supporting us or giving us the the benefit that we actually need. So honestly, since the government's not doing anything and corporate industry not doing anything, I think the people are tired. Is now people going to make sure it's like, okay, we're going to show you who's boss.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sadly to say, some people do feel like King Jason. So
correct.
Hey guys, just like you say, just stay prayed up and be mindful of what you're doing out here, and to the next hot chatter of the week, going to stay kind of like in the medical realm, and it's a new drug that just got released, and they're going crazy over it, right, guys? And it's called, what is it? Zepbound?
Yes.
Zepbound, guys. Zepbound. And this is supposed to help you lose weight again and helps cure sleep apnea. Now, I don't know much about it, but at the same token, I'm just like in awe with all of this. It's like weight loss, sleep apnea, all of these things that they're going crazy over, right? The weight loss, I think, is number one. I have a loved one that just was on a weight loss experimental drug too, and it actually worked for him. I think they were close to like 300 pounds, and they got down to they're at like 225 now. But they're at an active weight to where as though now they can start working out on their own, not feeling so overwhelmed with the weight, and then, hopefully stay off of it and be able to, continue on with a more healthy life. What do you think about these new drugs they putting out here?
Man, worried, very concerned. Primarily, we mentioned this earlier about the side effects. I know a number of individuals who have tried multiple, not this Zepbound since it's new, but the Ozempics and other things of that nature, where they've had chronic fatigue, they've had so much pain in the areas of their injection, headaches, migraines, and I mean the weight loss did occur. It didn't occur also in the time frame that they were told, because they're always giving estimates about how many months, how many pounds you're going to lose. But I think what also gets swept under the rug is that your diet is at the top of the list. With that injection comes a strict diet that has to go with it, and I don't think a lot of people are willing to uphold with that diet. They think that it's just a miracle injection.
Well, I think the one that this person was on, it actually, if you ate too much,
correct,
it would make you feel sick.
Right.
So
that's exactly right.
If you don't follow the diet or take in the proper calories or whatever they have suggested for it, because I'm not on it, I haven't took it. But at the same time, these drugs actually makes you sick if you eat too excessively. Yeah. What do you know about that?
So I've heard some of these weight loss treatments. I know a couple people that are taking, I think, the Ozempic treatment, and one of the side effects that I'm aware of that one of my school cohorts told me is that you have to work out, because if you don't, your bone density becomes very fragile. So you got to think about that. It may not be a side effect that was mentioned on it, but if the doctor tells you that, you have to take in consideration, like, hey, my bones are going to become more fragile because I'm taking some treatment just to lessen my weight. So I have to be aware, now I may have a broken bone because it's not strong anymore as it used to. And then secondly, with the U.S. having the highest rate of obesity, and it's been known for decades, people want to find a quick and easy way to lose weight. I mean, this is America. We like
Right.
things instant,
Exactly. With a microwave.
Microwave. We talked about that. You don't even own one. You don't even own a microwave.
No, I don't,
So-
guys. I do not own a microwave. I will not purchase a microwave and sit it in my kitchen on a counter in my home. I will not.
I admire that. I admire
And,
that.
Yes.
and it's kind of the same because just like I was talking with you guys earlier before we had started the show, insurance companies don't approve gastro bypass unless it's a medical emergency or something or life threatening. Then they will approve it. So if your insurance not going to cover those type of surgeries, then and you still want to lose weight at a fast rate, then okay, well, diet pills not doing as they used to. Okay,
So
all right, let's
now-
try out the shot.
Well, exactly. Well, this is why they're making it a combination with sleep apnea, right?
Yes.
So, it helps you lose weight,
Well,
but it
because-
also
yeah.
helps with sleep apnea.
Because a lot
So-
of people with obesity
Yeah.
have a hard time sleeping. They may have sleeping apnea because your
Exactly.
heart is working 2 to 3 times more to cover the body weight, that you have or your weight of your body. So yes, I can see why people have sleep apnea and it's going to treat it as well.
Right, exactly, right. So that's very what is that? What you
Logical.
want to say? Yeah. Basically, yeah.
Rational.
Yeah. So hey, sleep apnea. Oh, now you can get a weight loss.
Correct.
It's going to help you lose weight and it's going to help you cure your sleep apnea.
Yeah. Yeah.
One thing I wanted to mention on that too, because I know some people personally who wear a CPAP mask.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, I've never done that before myself, but I can't think that's comfortable.
It's not. I have my nephew. He used to use one of those, and when he started using it, he was 10. He's 13 now, because he has sleep apnea. And his gets really bad to where, while he sleep, he don't know when he stops breathing, and he'll wake up catching his breath and has a severe headache. And then one of my buddies I've known since high school, his dad used to sleep with one of those machines back when we were in high school, and he had to sleep on the couch because it's so loud. So it's not only uncomfortable, they're loud too. So,
I
yeah.
had no
They're
idea.
supposed to have too. I heard something that it's almost like with the diabetic thing, something that they put in your arm or put in you. So
Yes, I've seen that on commercial before.
Yeah, I've
yes.
seen that on a commercial.
I have.
I don't know too much about it and how it can actually help with the sleep apnea, but I also got diagnosed with sleep apnea, but I haven't taken or got a CPAP machine or anything like that. But it's something that I think I'm gonna look into, because
Yeah.
it can cause health problems.
It can.
Did you get a sleep test? Is that what?
Yeah, I did get a sleep test, and it was rated, under the sleep apnea
Spectrum.
thing. Yeah, spectrum. So I just never acted on it, but I think about trying to look more into that because you just never know. Would you take a question, guys? Would you take a drug to help you lose weight or
Absolutely not.
fight
I would.
sleep apnea? You would.
I would because reason I would is because I have scoliosis and I have a pinched nerve in my spine. And
Okay.
losing weight is very difficult for me. And my doctor told me in order for me to lessen the pain on my back, I have to lose some weight.
Right.
But yet she don't want me to do no weightlifting. And I'm like, well, she said you got to do the old-fashioned workout, push-ups, pull-ups,
Aesthetics.
cardio, just regular cardio.
walk,
So,
walking.
and with my history of epilepsy, certain type of diet pills I can't take.
Right.
So I think I asked my doctor about it. He says he believes it's safe for me to take it with my history, but still, you always want to make sure and check with your doctor to see because a lot of people have different medical histories and that kind of stuff really could trigger anything.
Right.
That's true. And I heard recently too. I was at Madhouse Gym. There was a trainer there that mentioned there's a blood type diet. Where
Yes. I'm actually, okay, my self-discipline is horrible, but I've actually have done research. I know what I'm supposed to not to eat. Like, I love lamb. Oh, lamb is delicious.
I love lamb.
But
I
my
love lamb
my
too.
blood type says no. I'm not supposed to eat lamb. I said, well, screw you. It's like, this is delicious. So I can't. It kind of hurts me because it makes me wonder. Like, well, all my life I grew up eating these foods without even knowing that with my blood type I'm not supposed to eat it.
Yeah, a lot of us do, right? I mean, it's something that we're not educated about growing up, right?
and programmed.
Yeah, exactly. That's not in the program.
Yes.
They're not going to tell us, okay, if you blood type A, you need to be on this diet, blood type B, this diet, blood type O, this diet, So when you actually dive into these topics, once you get older and you're like, oh, wow, let me see what's really going on.
Yeah.
You're like, dang, I've been eating this all my life, right? And not knowing that it's actually bad for my blood type.
Yes.
But I love it, though.
Because, see, like my blood type also, I'm more supposed to be a vegetarian or a pescatarian.
That's what I'm about to start.
Yeah. So I can eat mostly, like, not any type of fish, but certain types of fish and mostly vegetables. And I'm not supposed to eat other types of meats. Like, I'm not supposed to eat beef or lamb and stuff like that. So, my diet, and if I was to be disciplined to do that, I would probably lose some weight pretty quick.
Yeah.
Are you into juicing at all?
I tried that.
Didn't like it?
I mean, I didn't stick to it. It's too messy.
That can be.
Yeah,
It definitely
juicing
can
is
be.
good, too.
So,
I tried it before. But, yeah. So that's the hot chatter of the week, guys.
Yes.
Think that was kind of educational on some level. Well, now we're going to get into the hot topics we haven't forgot about. You guys that's always celebrating holidays, right? This is the holiday season, right? I'm not going to try to be a Scrooge, but this is the holiday season. I practice holidays to some extent, I would say. Growing up, of course, our parents celebrated the holidays, but growing up and being on my own, I've did my own research on certain things, and I got kids, so of course you're gonna try to give them things and make them not feel like different from others, right? So we still share gifts and things of that nature, but I'm not too much into this holiday season like we were when we were kids, right? The Santa Claus gambit, the coming down the chimney and leaving the cookies out and the Christmas trees and the presents and decorations and things like that. So let's get into this holiday season and how us kings really, perceive it and what our perspectives is on this holiday season. What do you want to start off with it?
Yeah, sure thing.
King Laurent, let's dive in. What do you think about this holiday season?
Well, shout out to my pops. I was raised that I never forget those words. He's like, I'm Santa Claus. He told me at a young age. So shout out, Pops. But I have two young queens. And for this holiday season, I'm actually really happy to be able to teach them some experiences. They're actually, pretty ironic. They're not really into gifts that much. Like they really like activities. They're very athletic and they're into physical stuff. So for me personally, the way I see the holidays is a time for family. And that's typically where most people have their vacation, most people have their time off, and we're able to take road trips. That's typically what we like. Last year we went down to South Florida. This year we'll be going to North Carolina to see family up there. So that's the big thing for me.
Okay. Well, starting this off, starting off on a good foot, but right now we'll be right back. We got to take a break, pay some bills, and we'll be coming right back with King Jason's ideal on the holiday season. 2 and 2.
Hi, my name is Lauren, and welcome to TV 1061. Join our network and broadcast your film live across the continent. Come to our studio and film and stream your TV show, sitcom, and showcase and broadcast it worldwide. Combine multimedia with your live stream. Independent filmmakers show your movie and afterwards interview your cast live. Sponsors, advertisers, I'm talking to you. This is your chance for global exposure. These are
Good afternoon. I'm Lieutenant Elmer Horn with Douglas County Sheriff's Office, and we're here in one of our communities, and Sheriff Pounds is here with us. And Sheriff Pounds is very involved in his communities, and he come out. We brought out our grill and our smoker so we can come out and help cook for this community. And Sheriff Pounds himself has come out and helped cook with us, and he's here to cook and help these folks today.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the programs that I call Taking My Community Back. If you don't get out there and get involved in your community, you ain't gonna be able to get it back. And the sad part about it, we losing our young men at such a pace that it's unreal. We got to come up with something that will help us with these children. Got to. So this is what I'm doing. I love it. I'm out here in the sun. It's hot, but like I said earlier, we're going to do these until we get that gap between law enforcement and the community bridge. We're going to bridge that gap because we're going to get out here, we're going to shake hands, we're going to find out if they got any kind of problem we can assist them with, and invite them to the sheriff's office and come to the roll call. Just come see what's going on at the office. Thank y'all so much for being here.
Thank you, Sheriff Pounds. And like I said, this is just one of many events that we bring this grill out to help with our communities and get involved. I'm here today at one of our community outreach days with our sound truck, and our sound truck is used for just what you see. We come out to community days, we play loud music, and be able to just have a good time with it and enjoy our community. At a sheriff's office, you get to see us in a little different light. We're not always out there writing tickets or locking people up. We come out to your community day and be a part of your day and help you celebrate your community. And this is just one of the ways that we can do that, was with our sound truck. We're here today in one of our communities. We brought our ice cream truck out. A lot of people like to laugh when I say the sheriff's office owns an ice cream truck, but this is exactly what it's for, is we bring it out to our communities. We give away ice cream. We don't charge for the ice cream. The ice cream is free. And we have partners in our businesses in our community that help pay for the ice cream so that we can give it away for free. And we give it away. We go to schools. This is just one of many events that we bring our ice cream truck to. We go to the school systems. We come out to community days, block parties. We just come out and see you and help you enjoy and celebrate your community. Thank you.
You are tuned in to Talk Show Kings on TV 1061.
Man, what they gonna do with this black on black crime, man? I'm sick of this. Thank you for watching another edition of Talk Show Kings on TV 1061. We'll be seeing you soon.
All right, guys. Welcome back to the second half of our show today. And before we left, we were talking about holiday season and what us Kings feel about this holiday season, which is Christmas and New Year's is approaching. So we left off with you, King Jason. King Jason, what do you think and feel about this holiday season? We talked about Thanksgiving prior on the show.
We did.
You know, but now this is Christmas. So how do you feel about Christmas?
Well, kind of little piggyback off what LaRon said. When I was a kid, my mom used to tell me and my brothers, she'd say, "I'm your Santa." But as we gotten older, one tradition we have kept in my family is every Christmas Eve we'll have, actually not Christmas Eve, Christmas morning we'll have a Christmas brunch at my grandmother's house. So that would allow all our immediate family to gather together, open up the Christmas gifts, watch the little ones have fun, enjoy it. And after that, we just fellowship together and, until we get ready to go and just laugh, memories and all that kind of stuff.
You guys, yeah. And that's the biggest part to me about, all of these pagan holidays, right?
Correct, yes.
I mean, they gave them to us, but there's one good thing about them, and that is at least we do gather around that time.
Absolutely.
Correct.
And fellowship with each other, because during the year we don't really socialize with our families as much because we're always working, they're always working or doing some other things that they, what we have to do in this life.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that is one of the greatest things about, these holidays, I would say, is the fellowship, is the gathering. And,
absolutely.
Around your families and stuff like that. Do you guys believe in... Go ahead.
No, your question.
No, I was just saying, do you guys believe far as the actual reasoning of Christmas is Jesus, the birth of Jesus?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not? What do you think about is it the birth of Jesus?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Well, I don't either.
I don't. Yeah, I don't celebrate pagan holidays, and
Yeah.
I think one time I was trying to be respectful. I was like, I don't want to go too scriptural into it, But yes, I don't do that.
Well, a lot of people do believe that, it's, was created around his birth, but I don't necessarily believe that either, so I definitely, beg to differ that. But one thing that I do know around this time and what I've done research on is the winter solstice.
Yes.
The winter solstice is real, and it is
Yes.
around this time.
Correct.
It is, well, it started yesterday. It was the 21st through the 24th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so these 4 days, the sun will rise and set at the same time. That is the death of the sun.
Mm.
Okay, and on that 25th day, then that's when it resurrects, and then it starts rotating again. So just be aware that this is the winter solstice. The gates
Yes.
are open. I'm a
Yes.
spiritual being, so I practice these things, and it's real. I mean, it's
No, you're right, because I know it's a different topic, but maybe in the future we can talk about it. But the calendars that we're using is actually not the correct one,
Correct.
and it's really not 365 days. I think was it 66 or 67, one or the other, because there's actually I've done some research on the calendar where it's like an odd number off or even
Correct.
number off.
Well, yes, actually,
So-
instead of 12 months, it's really 13.
13.
Correct. It's really 13 months, but that 13 month I think is only one day or something like that.
That I don't know.
I forgot.
No, they all equal days. It's all equal
Because
days.
I it's been a minute since I did that. I
Yeah.
read up on it, but yes, I actually, because it was very interesting. Spring is really the beginning of the year,
Yes,
not
absolutely.
winter. It's really spring is the beginner,
Yes,
and winter is the ending.
yes,
So,
absolutely.
and people, would tell me like, that's not true. Where you find that? I said, I did my research, dude.
Well, if you look at it, I
Yeah.
mean, if you look at nature,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
Nature tells us,
Correct.
you
Yes.
know, and our spirituality it goes along with nature too. That's why in the wintertime, our spirituality is going through like a hibernation,
Mhm.
and so that's why during this winter solstice now, this is the greatest times to manifest, to meditate, and to envision your spring, right?
Mhm.
Because just like bears, they hibernate,
They
in
hibernate.
the winter,
Yes.
and then they spring and they come forth in the spring.
Mhm.
And so that's just how our spirituality is.
Yeah.
We actually hibernates in the winter, and then in the springtime we spring right back into whatever we've been manifesting and praying and fasting on through this winter.
Big on fasting. Very big.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
like the
absolutely.
season of harvesting. It's when
Absolutely.
that the time of harvesting is when you are pretty much creating something new. You are growing something new. You're producing something new.
Yes, and even with the Christmas aspect, I do celebrate Kwanzaa. You know,
Okay.
so Dr. Karinga, he was the doctor that created Kwanzaa. You know, instead of celebrating Christmas, it was like more celebrating us. And the principles that actually brings us closer together. But a lot of us don't know about it, and we really don't practice it because, like you say, it wasn't in the program.
Correct.
So, but it's real powerful, and it's something that we celebrate towards the end of the year. But it's something that we should practice all year long,
Really.
and that's the 7 principles. Yes.
Yeah.
So if you ever have time, I suggest that everybody, at least tap in, look at it. It may be for you, it may not be for you.
Yeah.
But it's just information, right? Like
It-
all these things. It's
It makes
information.
complete sense because I'm at the stage in my life where I'm researching a lot of things because I'm like wondering, well, this doesn't make sense as I knew when I was a child, and seeing how, for example, the seasons. Why would we say a new year starts off in the winter?
Yes.
But if you look, when spring is here, that's when you see everything starts to harvest and
And
stuff starts to
blossom.
regrow and blossom.
Mhm.
So how could this be the middle or going towards the middle of the year versus the new?
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
people tell me, no, it's all made up. It's to throw people off, blah blah blah. I said that I can believe.
yeah, absolutely.
It was to throw us off. It throw us
Of our
off because
biological clock, really.
yeah, because a lot of
Our
people like
spiritual
us
clock.
who may be spiritual or are spiritual, we want to connect and align with the year or the universe or with the planet. We want to make sure that we are aligned with it, and we can't be aligned if we're thrown off and we're off balance.
Absolutely.
You know.
That's a valid point. Very, very valid point. One thing I wanted to touch on too, when you mentioned about Kwanzaa, I'm just curious because
Okay, go ahead.
I've only done research at schools. When I was in high school and college, they had celebratory. But I'm just curious. So how do you go about celebrating Kwanzaa? Like,
Well, what we do in Kwanzaa each night, it starts on Christmas. Okay, and the 7 days. Well, the day before Christmas, right? Because it goes from the day before Christmas to the New Year.
Okay.
And each day we celebrate a principle. And so celebrating that principle, we all gather and we talk about the principle and, and we gather and celebrate with each other this principle, which is a lot of it's basic principles of nation building, basically. Teaches us how to work together, basically. And it's powerful. It's real powerful. And if we practiced it, I think we'll be more powerful and work and learn how to work more collectively together, because that's what the principles actually promote. Collective work and responsibility.
So I have a question. I remember it's been some years, but was Kwanzaa also created to kind of balance out where we don't only rely on February as Black History Month? Was that another reason why Kwanzaa was created? I don't remember.
Well, Kwanzaa was created when Dr. Karinga created it. It was to just bring awareness to more of our culture, because it's they say African, it comes from African, it's Ghanaian, a key Swahili word, which is what they bring into the realm. So it teaches us how to work collectively together. He just made it Kwanzaa at the end of the year, to celebrate it at the end of the year, just to bring awareness to it. But like I was saying before, it's something that we as melanated people should practice all year round.
all year round. I like that. I like
know,
that a lot.
yeah.
I love that
agree.
actually.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's powerful, and it's I think it's a real positive move for us as melanated people to practice. It doesn't hurt, that's for sure.
It don't.
So what else you think? Anything else? Any last words on this holiday season?
I mean,
I'm not,
we
wrap-
get to the
I'm
next
not
topic.
wrapping any gifts. I'll tell you that.
I mean,
right now.
retail's still making their billions of dollars off of us. So hey,
Yeah,
That's not
like
gonna
you say,
stop.
when you got kids, you have to sacrifice,
Yes.
for the kids, But at the same time, you still teach them. I'm not lying to them. I'm not going to lie and tell them it's a Santa Claus. I'm not about to feed them no lies about any of these pagan holidays. But it is a good time to where as though you can congregate, share time with each other.
yeah, and it's just see the joy on a child's face.
Yes, absolutely.
Especially when they see something they always wanted or, never wanted, and you just see their surprises them. It just their reaction is priceless.
Absolutely, it's priceless. Absolutely. So for our last topic of this evening, guys, we're going to talk about the great divide between sisterhoods and brotherhood. Of course, we deal with a lot. Everybody deal with a lot each day, right? We all face with our own challenges, right? But when it comes to just like us brothers sitting here now, sharing with each other, our own perspective, but in a positive tone, right? It's not something negative. It's not like we're against one another, right? We're united, but still different, and that's what's so beautiful about it, embracing each other's differences and talking about different things with different people. But on the female side, which is kind of different for us, we see a lot of females that seem like they're at odds with each other all the time, and we're wondering, like, where is that coming from, right? A lot of us brothers, if we meet a brother, we kind of like, hey, what's up, bro? How you feeling? All right, King? Or, what's going on? But I don't know if we so much. I know I'm not anyway. You know, come with the jealousy, the envy. You know, the what else I want to say. The
insecurities.
The insecurities.
That's a great one.
Yes, the insecurities. Exactly, that was the one. So, what do you guys feel about that? The Great Divide. Let's start with which one you guys want to start with?
I'll start this
the
time.
males or the females?
I don't know. I'm just kind of start off what's fresh on my mind.
Okay, well, go ahead.
But in my opinion, I mean, us guys, you know, us brothers, no matter what our race or ethnicity is, we have a lot of similarities. And the main similarity that we have is we have major responsibilities that only us men can understand and relate to. So when we see each other struggling with, say, depression, anxiety, or anything, and you don't even have to say anything. I can just say, bro, you okay? You good? You know, is there something I can help you with? You know, stuff like that. And then you have some brothers that, you know, more independent. They don't need the help. They don't want that support. And then you have some people who are very
self-reliant.
Yeah, self-reliant to where, you know, they don't care how you feel or what you say. They can take care of themselves. Now, on the women's side, you know, as again, I'm not a woman. Can't really say, but I'm seeing what I'm seeing, hearing what I'm hearing.
Right.
You know, there is a lot of jealousy when it comes to women themselves up towards each other. You have a lot of jealousy, a lot of hatred, you know, and a lot of envy. And when it when it deals with us men, like for an example, there was a young lady on TikTok past few weeks who kind of skyrocketed all, you know, her name was Cooking with Kai. You know, she, knows how to cook. She threw a plate together. She, you know, and while she was cooking and showing off her plate, you know, she'll do a little dance. And, you know, a lot of us brothers, we saw that before our girl may seen it, or even if our girl seen it. And, you know, once they find out, it's like, well, who is this girl? And then once they see it and they just start hating on her, like, what did she do to you? No, it's kind of makes me wonder, like, well, if you are mad at her just for cooking and showing us how to cook, then you're doing something that you're not doing something that you're supposed to be doing. So you're dropping on your responsibilities and stuff like that. So you're jealous and upset because she can cook better than you.
Yes.
You know, if you have a man, no matter if he's your boyfriend, fiance, husband, or whatever, you know, as a woman, you're supposed to take care of your man. You're supposed to feed him. And if you can't cook and somebody else can, don't get mad and jealous because they can. It's not like she's trying to steal your boyfriend.
That's true.
You know, it's just
that's valid.
You know, valid. And I remember some time ago we also had a conversation about the cosmetic surgery that women get. You know, is it for us or is it for them? And honestly, it's more for themselves. They're competing against each other. Who looks the best? Who looks the worst? You know, but you know, it's just really interesting. It really amazes me how both genders. I'm gonna say both genders. Sorry. How both sides, male and female, have their own situation when it comes to competition. Now, us guys, you know, I may say, bro, you look sharp, bro. Wish I could dress like you. No, I wish I had money like you.
Right.
But we don't get into no big argument about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, both look sharp, by the way. I want to say
Yeah,
that.
so-
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely. I can.
You know, we say, hey, where'd you get that from? And we're gonna find out where it's at. I'm not gonna be saying, bro, forget you. You know, stuff like that. No.
Yeah, yeah. But like you were saying too, and I'm not a woman, so I can't really say why women appear to be that way. But I have talked to several women, and when I talked to several women, I was like, hey, you got any friends? No, I don't have no friends. I don't mess with these women.
Yeah.
I don't, you know, I'm like,
Man.
what do you mean you don't have any friends?
Yeah.
Like, women have male friends,
Yes.
you know,
I've-
and no
yeah.
female friends.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, how does that happen?
That's
So I've
scary.
had my wife and I, we've been together for 11 years, married for 9. And I used to always encourage her when we first got married. I was like, you need to have go get you some female friends, somebody to hang out with. And she was like, I can't stand women. She said, I do better by having a male friend than a woman friend. I'm like, why and how?
Why?
Now, that boggles me. Now, I mean, because like you were saying, is it the jealous? Is it the envy? Is it the insecurities that's driven is so deep in our women that's why they don't choose to associate with other women?
Don't
Is
know.
it that bad?
Honestly, I think a big culprit is the internet. because it opened up the gates for comparisons for
Yes,
not
that's
just
exactly
your
right.
town, because we all grew up in a similar time frame to where we went to go to somebody's house. We didn't call them. We went to their house and knocked on their door. You know, wherever the bikes were,
Yeah,
that's
we
where
knew
everybody
where
was
we
at.
were at.
That was the
You know,
hangout spot.
That
Yep.
was the spot, right?
Yep.
So before the Facebooks and the Twitters and especially the Instagrams, which of course made this visualization and over sexualization and things like that, it just, I think it opened up the eyes for comparisons and contrasts that weren't even the option before, because of course we had TV, we had movies, but we knew that wasn't real. You know, like that.
Yeah.
Our friends and family, they weren't, on those platforms. But that's what I see a lot, though. I see a lot of likes and comments, comparisons, and then even when it comes to Instagram, a few years ago, I think they took away the ability to see how many likes a post could have, because they said that it affected people's mental, and that was kind of mind blowing to me. But what you mentioned about the female friend thing, like I've also had that same scenario before too, to where I've known several women who said I was their main friend, their main male friend.
Yes.
And it was primarily because I would speak to them in ways that, like, no judgment, right? Because I was raised that way.
Yeah.
Like,
Great point.
you
But
know.
we need our women to get along, though. You know?
We do, because
we do. We need.
If you
that.
go look back in the history of how our parents grew up, my grandma taught my mom how to do something. My great grandma taught my mom how to do something. They were there to, once again, going back to supporting one another and taught each other how to do different things. You may say, if I just got married and my wife, is not familiar how to stitch a shirt or whatever, my grandma says, here, I'm gonna teach you how to stitch. This is very simple and easy. This way you don't have to worry about spending more money on replacing that shirt. Just easy. I can show you. And they should teach women like that, each other.
Yeah.
That's big.
You
that
know?
was that.
Yeah.
Can I piggyback on that real quick?
Go for it.
Yes.
I don't know about you. I'm a grandma's boy. R.I.P. to my granny. My grandmother's instilled values and morals into me that I'll never forget, and I think that was lost over the
Yes,
span of
it
a couple
was.
generations.
It
And
was.
Yes, I believe that as well. When you have grandmothers at 40 now, they're still running the street. know, so before I think we had a little bit more values and more I would say pride in ourselves of how we conducted ourselves back. We weren't all getting pregnant and having kids at such a young age, and then not only having kids at a young age, still having a young mind
Yes.
on top of having kids at a young age, right?
It's true.
I think back in the day, our women took a little bit more pride in raising kids with morals and values than they do today.
Right.
Their
Yes.
morals and values, I think, are a little different than how we were raised.
Because you got to remember, too, I'm going to kind of also say a little bit piece about the brother side as well. Back in those days, a lot of dads and granddads would teach their son how to repair stuff, put stuff together. So that way you don't have to worry about trying to call a repairman. You can just easily do it yourself.
Right.
Like me, I was never taught how to work on the car, but I like cars.
Me too.
I wouldn't mind to learn, but hey, I'm a tech. I want to get my hands all dirty in that kind of way.
Right. That's just
But-
not my thing.
Yeah.
But when it comes towards what you were saying, I kind of lost my train of thought. Once again, it deals with generations. It's that to where people got so used to being spoiled to where it's like now our generations, like myself, I'm a millennial, and there are people who's my age that are grandparents compared to when my grandmother was a grandmother. I mean, she, I don't know, she was probably in her 50s at that time or 60s, but that has changed now.
Yeah.
You have younger grandmothers who still out in the streets doing what they're doing.
Yes. Grandfathers and
grandfathers as well. And
grandmothers. So let's be
exactly.
clear, guys. It's not just the women; it's men too.
Correct.
And we want to be clear on the divide between both. I
Yes.
mean, it's men that has these issues just as well as women, but I think it's more on the women's side, because I think if a woman see a guy, they like, hey, where your fellas at? We got a group of guys. A lot of us got a
homies.
couple homies.
Yes.
We
Yeah,
got our
homies.
homies that we rock with, right? But it's some women that literally don't have not
friends.
a one female friend.
Correct.
I mean, literally. I mean,
Yeah.
that's serious. So we got to understand that these jealousies and these emotions, I would call them, because that's the driver of these I would say issues. The jealousy, the envy, you know,
the competition.
the insecurities,
insecurity.
right? The challenges, you know, always, you know, the challenge against each other, right? Put in front of each other. So we got to understand and address these as what I see them to be.
Yeah.
And I see them to be as outside entities working within that individual. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? That's coming from a dark place, because we shouldn't hate nobody.
Anybody.
Not at all.
Dislike anybody because they dress better than me, or they might have this and I don't have that. You know, I think we all can have everything, but anything that we want, but at the same time, I don't think that it should be to a point that I don't want to associate with you. I don't want to work
So-
collectively with you.
So speaking of associating with people, you know, I was sitting here thinking about you have introverts and extroverts. You know, people are different. Some people can do better by themselves other than having a group of friends.
That's a big deal.
You know, and like myself, I was more, before I met my wife, I was more of an introvert. But when I started working at my current job, I transitioned a little bit towards the middle of an introvert and an extrovert. And the reason is I work for a sales company, and
So
working
you
at the
had
service
to.
desk, I have to be alive. I
Had
have to
to.
be alert. I have to be open to build relationships. And I just came to say, whatever, what do you need?
Right,
You know, you can't.
But listen to what you just said. You were an introvert.
I was
but
an introvert.
With work, you had to learn how to be an extrovert.
Correct.
Because nobody's here by ourselves.
Not at all.
You know, so introvert is part of the program. You see? You see that. You got social media. They sit in front of their phone all day. You walking up and down the street all day long.
All day long.
On the plane, you're in the airport, everybody's on their phone, right?
Yes,
You know,
that
this
is
is
correct.
part of the program, the programming. You know, they got video games. You'll sit and play that game all day by
All day.
yourself.
All day.
You don't need not one person. And so this is part of the program. So we got to understand that we need each other. So we
Correct.
got to train ourselves. Because I was an introvert too. I would sit back. I wouldn't say nothing to nobody. Especially if I didn't know nobody in the
Correct.
spot. I'm not really about to talk to you because I don't know you.
Right.
Correct.
You know, but at the same token, I had to learn how to be more of an extrovert, because I had to understand that I need you, brother. I need you, brother. I mean, we need each other. So we got to retrain ourselves, you know. So with that being said, I think we're coming a little winding down on time and with this show, but I'm going to give you a chance to give some last words about what you feel and what you want to leave the audience with.
Wow. First, very, very appreciative meeting with y'all gentlemen today, Kings.
Pleasure.
Yeah, pleasure. And I look forward to building more in the future.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What do you got to say? Your last words, King Jason?
Well, once again, I really appreciate the time and the opportunity you guys offer me to work with you on this show. I love it. I continue to learn more about, you know, today's time in our culture, our communities, and even get to build new relationships with these two kings and other kings that comes on the show. So I really appreciate it, and I enjoyed it. Everyone have a good and happy holiday.
All right. Y'all hear it from the Kings. And like you say, we have to do better, people. We have to do better and start, working more collectively with each other. And like I was saying, you guys, however you enjoy your holiday season, have a blessed holiday season, and we'll see you next week on the Talk Show Kings. Peace.
Peace.
You are tuned in to Talk Show Kings on TV 1061.
Man, what they gonna do with this black on black crime, man? I'm sick of this. Thank you for watching another edition of Talk Show Kings on TV 1061. We'll be seeing you soon.
You are tuned in to Talk Show Kings on TV 1061.